watching KWQC TV, the news leader, making a difference in the Quad Cities. Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
When disaster strikes, who do you call? Today on QCL, we'll meet the local ServPro team that's ready to respond 24/7.
Plus, a visit from the Geneseo Farmers Market with details on the dozens of vendors taking part every weekend, from produce and baked goods to art and gifts.
And our Alternating Currents takeover continues. The band Henbury is back in the Quad Cities for not one, but two big performances. We'll talk about the new music, festival memories, and what fans can expect this weekend. Welcome to Quad Cities Live on this Friday, August 15th. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I'm Kyle Keel alongside my co-host Morgan Otier. We've had kind of a changing weather situation here today. So first alert day is actually in effect today as we are tracking some storms to our northwest that may impact some of the events. A lot going on, including alternating currents. So
be aware, weather aware.
Yes,
right?
So meteorologist Deanna Rodriguez will have an update a little bit later on our show, as always, about the half-hour mark. But let's talk about alternating currents because it's underway right now. And of course, it's all about creativity, energy, and of course, the talent.
Yes, and this weekend, one of the people who helps bring some of the world's most jaw-dropping acts to your TV screen is right here in the Quad Cities. Luke Swinney is a senior casting producer with America's Got Talent, and while he spends most of his time in LA, he's back at Alternating Currents to scout for season 21. Luke, welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
I am so happy to have you. For folks who remember, this was my co-anchor.
I was gone last year.
For our America's Got Talent episode last year, and we really did. We had a good time. We were hopping around the studio. So I'm so happy to see your face. What brought you back for a second year of Alternating Currents?
The talent alone. I mean, there's so much here. There's so many different types of talent, and that's what we look for on our show, is so many, wide ranging of talent, and just, everyday people can make it on our show and they can win our show.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's been what the show's been all about since the very beginning. So talk about how Alternating Currents, our big festival here this weekend, really compares to other festivals that you've been to across the country.
Yeah, I think it's the most accessible festival that I've seen, in a long time. It's free for the community, which is so awesome. And there's just so many different things to do. You can go see comedy, you can go see music, you can go see art. They have muralists. I mean, just truly anything.
Yeah, and there, are these like little, minute changes, I feel like, that happen every year, because the Alternating Currents team, they really have like their finger on the pulse of what people are enjoying. And it just seems like every year there are just like these little adjustments that make it even better year after year. So I think that's also something that, you're going to experience. I want to talk a little bit about America's Got Talent, because the show is celebrating its 20th season. When you came on as a casting producer, did you imagine the longevity of America's Got Talent?
Oh, I don't think anyone did. I don't think Simon Cowell, when he created the show initially, I don't think he did. But it just goes to show that when you have a show that at the end of the day is filled with joy, and is at the end of the day just showcases some of the absolute best talent that America and the world has to offer, people want to see it.
Look at you doing your job there and all that B-roll, and what a fun thing.
Look at me running around.
Look at you.
And I'm sure you can attest to this, but I can't believe it's season 20. I mean, I remember when season 1 premiered, I was glued to it, because at that time they had nothing like it on TV. Of course, we had, that other show, American Idol, but they didn't have anything like this. That was just the vast array of talent.
You could have a different talent.
Exactly.
Yeah. And one thing that you've had for several years now is the Golden Buzzer, but this season there's many Golden Buzzers.
Many. Every judge had 2 Golden Buzzers, and our host, Terry Crews, had 2 Golden Buzzers.
Yeah, that's right.
We have 10 Golden Buzzers going into our live shows starting next week.
So remind people what the Golden Buzzer is for those who don't watch AGT.
So the Golden Buzzer, each judge or the host gets to pick whatever act really moves them, whatever, they always say they feel it in their gut.
Yeah.
And that gets to move straight to the live shows. No other judge can say anything about it. If that, if Sofia Vergara likes that act, it's going to the live shows.
And she gives it the Golden Buzzer. That's exciting.
And it's such a moment to watch on TV, because a lot of times it's very emotional, not only for the judge who's given the Golden Buzzer, but for the act up there as well, because they know what that means.
Yeah.
Truly. I mean, I've seen lives change just with one press of the button.
Well, it's going to be obviously a fun season. Now, for anyone that's watching either AGT at home or even our show today from their couch, and they're thinking, oh wow, I could never audition. I have this talent and I'm really proud of it, but it's probably, probably nobody else would think so. What would you encourage them, or how would you encourage them to maybe go online to AGT auditions and give it a shot?
Do it.
What do you have to lose?
Truly, you have nothing to lose. And if you can make it on our stage, it's such a fun time. It's a fun experience. And we've had people who have auditioned years after year after year and haven't made the stage, and then they make it. And just last season, we had one of those win our show. So win the $1 million. So it truly can be life-changing for the acts that win, but also just any acts that can make it on our show and can get that platform. Yeah, it's really cool to get to show America and the whole world. We have a lot of people watching from all over. Your talent, your story.
Yeah, and you know, we were just kind of talking about, you know, last year's winner. He was a janitor from Indiana. I mean, so you've probably seen some incredible talent, some surprising talent over the years. So what talents kind of stand out to you? Oh my gosh, I think I really like comedy, and we're always looking for more comedy acts on our show.
That's tough,
It doesn't have to be necessarily stand-up comedy. It could be physical comedy. It could be truly anything. You don't have to be a roller skating aerialist flying through the air to be on our show. You can. That's a great talent. But there's a lot that, you know, anyone can do, and if you, or honestly, a lot of it is nominations of, you know, hey, my coach is a really great singer.
Well, I was just going to say, you can nominate someone.
Correct, yes.
And I didn't realize that was a thing. So, and that process is pretty easy. You just, you just go online and do that, correct?
Yeah, it's all on agtauditions.com. You can fill out a profile for yourself, an application, or for anyone that you think, you know, let us know, send us their video. Even if it's someone you see online that you might not necessarily know, send it to us, and you know, we'll do the background work and see if they want to do the show. We'll see what happens. Yeah, and speaking of work, obviously you are here for work because you're going to be scouting here throughout the weekend at Alternating Currents. But do you find time in between to just go out for fun and catch some of the acts going on? Oh, the best part of my job is that fun that you're talking about is my job. Is your job? There you go. Yeah, I'm going to see shows. I'm going all across. I mean, there's so much to do here at Alternating Currents. So
I have to know, like, okay, so this is a personal.
Oh, I can't wait.
This is a personal.
This is always great when she goes off the questions.
No, like, so when people saw you, you know, last year, like you were on our show last year, and then we did a Q&A panel at the Last Picture House last year. So I think you're like kind of recognizable at this point. Do you find that? Are people going, oh, there's the AGT producer? Do you have people that are like walking up to you and like, you know, performing in your face?
No one has, you know, straight up performed for me. Well, if you want to, why not? Yes. Yeah, I've got the whole weekend.
It could be me.
If you see me around, just go and do a song and dance, like whatever works. But I have had people see me, you know, from this show or from the documentary that's coming out. All sorts of stuff, and that's super fun. It's super weird for me because I'm very behind the camera.
You're behind the scenes guy, and now you're like our little Quad Cities celeb.
I love it. I love this area.
Good. We love to hear
All right. Well, we hope you're back next year. Definitely. This is always great. So if you want to submit your audition videos, or if you want to nominate an act, you can visit the website on your screen, agtauditions.com. And of course, if you see him out and about, tell Luke hi and do a little performance because it could change your life. You never know. I love it. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, thank you, Luke. Coming up on QCL, breakdancing skills, celebrity impressions, and thousands of VHS tapes you've probably never seen. We'll meet the duo behind the Strange and Found VHS comedy show at Alternating Currents.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
This weekend's Alternating Currents Festival has something for everyone. Music, art, film, and even a deep dive into the weird and wonderful world of VHS tapes you didn't know that you needed to see. Joe Pickett and Scooter Miller, Scott Miller, are the masterminds behind Strange and Found VHS.
Hi.
There you guys are.
Yeah.
You know, we can call you Scooter though, right? That's kind of a nickname.
It's more of a stage name, but
well,
you know,
you're on
stage.
TV.
Exactly.
So,
yes. Thanks for having us on, by the way.
Yes, thank you so much for being here. So, Strange and Found VHS, it's a live comedy show.
Yes,
You celebrate the bizarre.
Yes.
The unique.
We love VHS tapes. We're both collectors. I do a show called the Found Footage Festival. I've been doing that for 20 years. I have over 15,000 VHS tapes. No doubles. No doubles.
Wow.
And we collect them at thrift stores and garage sales, and then we're both professional editors, so we edit them into a funny show. So we do a 90-minute program, edited all from these VHS tapes that should be in landfills.
Yeah. That's amazing. So where do you find them? I mean, what are you looking for, and how do you locate?
Well, it's kind of a crapshoot. It's like we look for funny titles, funny covers. things that just look interesting and something we can work with.
Yeah, exactly. Like exercise videos, training videos, soup to nuts, like we got it all.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's good. You guys had a show on the roof. Oh, there's one. On the rooftop at the Last Picture House, which, you know, they're a big part of this Alternating Currents Festival.
You guys have a great theater with the Last Picture House. That is a fantastic theater. We do found footage shows there, too. I love that theater.
Yeah. So that's where you guys were last night. So how'd it go? I saw Alicia. She took a little video from the rooftop. That was a packed house.
Oh, it was packed. Yeah, no, it was super fun. It was outside. We're out in the elements. But at one point, like right when we started, a train went through.
Yeah, so, that's normal.
And it was like a slow, creaky train.
Yes.
You know, it was one of those.
Yes. One of those old-timey.
And it didn't end. It just kept going.
Yeah, that's what they do here. Yeah.
They can't. Those trains can't go faster than like 2 miles per hour.
You know, you're gonna have to ask them.
Okay. Yeah, I will.
I'm not sure.
I'll give them a call.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think that anybody that's at least from the Quad Cities Metro, they probably didn't even notice, and they were probably still glued to whatever you guys were
noticed.
doing. You noticed.
We were like screaming over.
You're out of towners, so that's how we get you. So, Scooter, talk about the types of videos that you look for, because you have a breakdancing background, and so you're really good at spotting some of that stuff.
Yeah, whenever I spot one, I grab one, because I've spent a lot of time breakdancing in my youth, and I carried over into my adult life to some degree, but you know.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't stumble on that many, but
you brought some?
He was a finalist for the 1997 Breaker Awards too.
Congratulations.
There's probably a video on YouTube somewhere of it.
Probably out there, but it's not under Scooter, it's under Scott.
It's under Scott, okay.
Yeah, so some of the covers I brought in a llama tape. It's called Why Llamas.
Why Llamas.
You know what's crazy?
You guys both?
No, we both did independently. We were like, let's bring in VHS tapes, and he brought in his. I brought in Training Llamas to Drive. There are more than one llama tapes out. See, that's the beauty of the show.
He is driving.
Is that everything's unusually specific.
Yeah. We really didn't coordinate.
We seriously didn't. I know you're accusing us of this.
No, I promise. You don't know what's going on in here.
I brought a hunting video, and it's called Mostly Squirrels.
Oh.
It's my favorite title, probably of all time.
Mostly Squirrels is funny.
There might be a few raccoons in there, but it's mostly squirrels.
Mostly squirrels.
Really, 93% squirrels.
And then, last but not least, this is also one of my favorite titles.
Yeah.
This is the category of
unusually
specific is our favorite category of VHS.
Yeah.
And this is women's coleslaw wrestling.
Yeah. Have you seen this one?
I can't say that I have.
You haven't? Okay.
Yeah, so they're women that wrestle in coleslaw, mayonnaise based.
Mayonnaise based, not
and it's like in Florida, and it's like
of course it is.
Yeah. It's like 98 degrees, and they're like, you can see the flies like kind of swarming around.
Oh my gosh.
I brought Magic of the Ninja.
Magic of the Ninja.
And look at this. This cover is so good that they put it on the back too. It's one of those. Got an instructional video on how to deal with armed robbery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Survival techniques.
Yeah, it's for like business owners, like, you know.
Something everybody could use.
And then, of course, training llamas to drive. So,
training llamas to drive.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you edit these together, I mean, because this is kind of a little bit of what I do, right? I've been a reporter. I've edited my own video for more than a decade. And sometimes it's like, okay, where do I start with this story?
Yeah.
How do I figure out how I want to get started and where I want to take this? And that's just kind of a straightforward news story. So how do you know where to go with this?
Well, like something like this, we try to, it's kind of what you do. Like if we're going to show Training Llamas to Drive, we try to keep the essence of the video. You know, we edit, the show's a comedy show. We try to make it funny, but we find all the funny parts, and it has a beginning, middle, and end in our short edits. Our edits are like 3 minutes long, 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We just condense the whole tape down into these really digestible chunks, and
yeah. But then we'll have like themes. So like I have 15,000 tapes. He has 2,000 tapes. He has quality over quantity. I have quantity over quality.
Yes.
And so
mostly squirrels.
Yeah, mostly squirrels, for example. And so we go through with themes. So like we'll present a theme. We have one in here called Highbrow, Lowbrow, where Scott will play a highbrow video from his collection and then a lowbrow video, and then I'll play a highbrow video from my collection, then a lowbrow video. So that will be on Saturday.
That will.
Yep.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was gonna. So do you narrate as this is going on?
We talk about where we found the tapes. We try to track down people in the tapes. We try to track down production companies. Most of these tapes are, you know,
fun.
long gone. Yeah, it is fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun way to make a living.
So you're a breakdancing finalist, and then I was reading about you, Joe. You've been on like a multitude of like late night TV.
Yeah.
And we have the AGT casting producer
I want to talk
here.
to him because I've been on AGT before too.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, so this could be.
Is he still here?
Luke, I can get him for you.
Yeah.
We'll get Luke here for you.
Yeah.
Because you're who I was thinking of when he was specifically describing, you know, acts that are like a little bit different. I mean, you don't need to be balancing all kinds of things. Like, you just need to entertain.
Right.
From what it sounds like, you guys have that, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, the
soup
clips. Soup to nuts. Soup to nuts. The clips do the heavy lifting. So the edits that we do, but then you know, we provide some color commentary to it, and we try to we speak over the clips, and we you know,
I love that when we have like these more unique acts that come in, and it doesn't seem like there needs to be any enticement to get people to come and see what you do, judging from the turnout on a Thursday night.
Right.
And you guys are going to be inside the Last Picture House, correct?
Yes.
They're letting us indoors this time.
On Saturday,
Okay.
and then we're doing a panel too with Alternating Currents about what's it called? Obscurity is the point.
Right.
Okay.
It's all about obscure films and why they're so great.
Okay.
So that's on Saturday afternoon. So hey, great festival you guys got here. You guys got a great theater here. I'm all for Davenport. I'm a big fan.
We are too. Thank you. Yeah. Well, here's the information for everybody. So if you missed last night's show, we're sorry, but there's still time for you to check them out. That's 8 p.m. inside the Last Picture House, not on the rooftop, so they're letting them in the building. So Joe and Scott, thank you so much for joining us today. We encourage everybody as well to download the app, the Alternating Currents app, because that way, if you want to see them, you can just schedule it and you won't miss it.
And the app has everything from soup to nuts. So, yeah.
It absolutely does. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. Still to come on QCL, indie rock band Hembry is ready to light up the stage at Alternating Currents. We'll hear why this festival feels like home and get a preview of what's in store for this weekend. Indie rock band Hembry is woven into the history of Alternating Currents at this point, playing live performances during this festival for years. Fresh off a set at Hinterland and celebrating the August 8th release of their brand new EP, they are back in the Quad Cities for not one, but two performances. Joining us today are lead singer Isaac Flynn and guitarist Alex Ward. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, I feel like I'm in the presence of superstars. Like I should be asking you to sign one of these for me or something.
Can do.
Yeah, oh yeah, we'll do it. Sorry, I was gonna say it wasn't gonna be worth that much, but we'll do it.
Don't sell yourself short.
Yeah, exactly. You guys are a very big deal. I mean, from what I've been hearing, you know, each and every year that you guys have played Alternating Currents, the crowd grows. I mean, like flowing out onto the streets outside of Raccoon Motel last year. Alex, what does that feel like?
It feels incredible considering I think the first time we played Alternating Currents, what year was that?
That was 2018.
2018. We've had the opportunity to come back several times. The very first time we played maybe to 3 people.
Yeah.
Sean Miller and a few friends of his.
Yeah, so it's been nice to see it grow. So we're doing something right.
Well, you are, and I do have to say too, because in reference to Sean and everything that he does for the music scene in the community and Raccoon Motel itself, I have seen a lot of shows at Raccoon Motel where there have been 4 or 5 of us in the audience, and 6 months go by and they're playing at Red Rocks and they're opening you know what I mean? So it is really cool that we as a community have the opportunity to see musicians like yourselves, oftentimes before it becomes impossible to see musicians, you know, like yourselves. So, you know, for you, Isaac, how would you describe the music scene here in the Quad Cities?
Yeah, I mean, I first became aware of the music scene in the Quad Cities via Sean.
Yeah.
You know, because he did Day Trotter, and that was just like the pinnacle of success in indie rock, honestly. And all the bands from all over the world were coming to do it. So that's when I first met him, and I just was like, there's something special happening here. Then he said, hey, I'm opening the Raccoon Motel.
Yeah.
And it was, of course, just like the perfect vibe and dynamic for what we do. And I think that the scene has just like really flourished here with Alternating Currents.
Yeah.
And it's such a special environment for just like providing opportunities for up and coming artists. And like you said, I do think that like because of Sean's history in the music industry, a lot of people know him nationally, internationally, and so they'll send their artists here, and then they do end up in a Red Rock situation or something.
Yeah.
Or even just like with us, it's like we started at 7 people in 2018, and now it's flowing out the door. So
Yes.
we're just like
It's so
immensely
incredible.
grateful for it. For
Yeah,
sure.
it
We haven't
is.
made it to Red Rocks.
No, that's
quite
next
yet,
year.
but
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm doing my best.
I think you're speaking it into existence.
That's what I'm trying to do, right? We're manifesting here today. So Alex, as far as like all the other artists too that are in town, I mean, of course we've got many very talented local musicians, but we also get the opportunity to have folks from all over the country visit us here in the Quad Cities. What is that like for you as a musician? Do you have time to go and check out other shows and maybe meet some other people?
We make it a point to in between our sound checks and sets to go check out as many bands as possible. The 2 other members of our band are also really big about discovering new music as well.
Yeah.
So I imagine as soon as we're done here, we'll head over to a brewery, grab a beer, and then go start watching some music.
No
Yeah.
kidding. I mean, everything is underway right now. I feel like, yeah, you must be chomping at the bit to get out of this studio and go.
Actually, it's
having
AC in
some
here.
fun.
It's
that's
great in
that's
here.
right. That's
It's
right.
better than the tour van. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh, good. Okay. So, Isaac, tell us about your band. I know you are 2 of 4 that
2
are
of
here.
4.
Okay.
And it's a family band, actually.
Oh.
Our keyboardist Eric is my brother-in-law,
Awesome.
and our drummer Austin is Alex's brother. And so it's very tight-knit,
Yeah.
and I think that's what keeps it going so strong. You know, we're kind of stuck with each other.
Yeah.
So if we're going to be stuck together, we might as well be playing
Might as
some
well
music.
play some music and yeah, make some music. So, your EP, congratulations. I believe I said it was August 8th.
August 8th.
So tell me about it.
Yeah, it's called Dive Bar Funeral, which is a ridiculous name, but we just loved it. It was just kind of
Well,
one
you know
that
what, though?
stuck.
I'm just going to say, they only sound ridiculous when you're saying them on afternoon local
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah, it's
But
true.
like, right?
Dive Bar Funeral, check
Dive
it
Bar
out.
Funeral, just own it, you
Own
know?
it.
It's a cool name.
No, it always had a good ring to it, and for years we're like, maybe we'll call it an album, but it wasn't the right feel for, you know, the last album, Better Days. We're promoting, we brought everything in here.
Yes.
Our last
So
album,
beautiful.
Better Days, was definitely a post-pandemic record where it was more of a celebration. Dive Bar Funeral didn't seem like the right vibe. You know,
No.
we're celebrating life and not the passing of
Right.
life. So we made this EP, and it's kind of the music that we grew up loving. Early 2000s inspired alternative rock, even
Wow.
like Oasis meets Blur meets,
nice.
dare I even say, a little Third Eye Blind, Semi-Charmed Life.
Dare you say
Dare
it.
I say it?
said it.
I'm bringing it back. So it's a lot of the stuff that we loved growing up. Bands like The Strokes and Franz Ferdinand. And
It's a
things
rock
like
and roll
that.
record.
Yeah, rock and roll record.
Yeah,
I wanted to
that's-
cite more influences.
That's okay. You can do whatever you want. So, what do audiences have to look forward to when they see you? Because you're 2 performances tonight.
Yeah, that's right. We're doing a double header.
Doubleheader.
8 p.m. tonight outside, and then 11 p.m. tonight, Raccoon Motel.
Okay.
We are fortunate enough to have multiple records in our catalog that we're going to do 2 very different sets. I think the outside one will be a little more family friendly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the night show is the rock and roll show. You
Yeah.
know, it's a little bit
Also
more
family
rambunctious.
friendly.
Also pretty family
PG-13.
friendly. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's going to be fun. And, you know, for somebody who's never been to Alternating Currents before or never seen Hembury before, how would you encourage them to give it a shot?
Yeah, I'd say just fully engaged, let go, dance, have an amazing time. Everything is, you know, it's a tumultuous world, and for our 1 hour that we're playing, we like to try to create an environment that's just an amazing space to be yourself and cut loose and have a great night.
That's wonderful.
Try to come to both of them, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it sounds like they're going to be different, so there
That's
you go,
right.
at least a little bit. So you can catch Hembury on the Common Chord stage tonight at 8 and again at Raccoon Motel at 11 p.m. To add the shows to your schedule, be sure to download the Alternating Currents app. Alex and Isaac, thank you so much for making the time to come on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
It's
Yeah,
been a
we're-
lot of fun.
We're looking to be guests like pretty frequently.
Okay,
so
perfect.
Thank you for having
We'll
us.
have you anytime, yes. Coming up in our next half hour, from fire and water damage to mold, storms, even carpet cleaning, we'll meet the local experts you can trust when the unexpected happens. And later, dozens of vendors offering homegrown produce, baked goods, crafts, and gifts all in one place. Details on Geneseo's weekend farmers market.
And we're going to be tracking strong to severe thunderstorms that could potentially hit the TV6 viewing area, along with heat and humidity that's going to be taking over this weekend. More details to come here after the break during your first alert forecast.
Accurate and reliable. This is your First Alert Forecast with meteorologist Gianna Rodriguez.
Happy Friday to you. We have officially made it to the end of the work week, but unfortunately we are tracking severe weather. So that being said, we do have a first alert day in effect here today and even through the weekend. So right now we are tracking some severe storms that could hit the TV6 viewing area here in the next couple of hours. And as we get into this weekend, we'll hold on to that slight chance where we can see some storms, but the heat and the humidity, it's what's going to take over here both Saturday and Sunday due to those temperatures that are going to be in the 90s and those heat index values in the triple digits. So here's a look at the radar right now. We've been tracking the system that's in north central Iowa that's currently producing some severe thunderstorm warnings. Right now here in the viewing area, we are fairly quiet, but again, you can see as the system did develop here over the afternoon hours and is tracking east at 45 miles per hour towards our direction. So the Storm Prediction Center did go ahead and issue us here a level 2 out of 5 risk for severe weather. Right now, tornado chance very low, but those winds could be pretty damaging of up to 60 miles per hour, and we can't rule out the possibility for some hail as well. So I do want to track that out here for you. I know a lot of us are definitely looking forward to our Friday evening plan. So we are going to start to see some clouds start to roll back into the area, and you can see around 5 p.m. the system starts to approach the viewing area, and then it kind of does start to die down a little bit. Now, nevertheless, we do want to take this seriously because it could hold together, come through and bring us again some of that heavy rain and then that damaging winds as well. We are going to then see a lot of cloud cover, but overnight we do have a possibility for some more heavy rain along with some scattered thunderstorms here over the late night hours and even during the morning hours. After that, we should be clearing out, still holding on to a few cloud cover, but otherwise plenty of sunshine along with that heat and that humidity that's going to allow for more storms that could possibly fire up here even over the late night hours of Saturday into our Sunday. Otherwise, taking a look at the Everywhere camera network right now, we are fairly dry here. It is hot out there. That sun is shining, but again, that heat, that humidity, and that sun is going to create that unstable atmosphere and could fire up those storms that we are tracking. And speaking about what we're tracking, again, we do want everybody to be weather aware. If you do have a chance, make sure you download that KWQC First Alert weather app. I know a lot of us are definitely looking forward to these plans here for a Friday night and even here the weekend, but we do want everybody to be safe. The hot and the humid conditions, those are going to stick around for the rest of the day today and tomorrow and even as we get into our Saturday. Now, if we do get those storms, that could affect those temperatures, but nevertheless, it's going to be very hot and tropical and muggy. We've been dealing with that all summer long. Plenty of sunshine, though, here ahead with the possibility of some isolated showers. Taking a look at those current temperatures right now, we are seeing some 90s and some 80s here all along the TV6 viewing area. Right now, it's 90 for Galesburg, 89 in Moline, 90 for Clinton, and 88 for Maquoketa. Those dew points right now, very tropical, very uncomfortable, and we are going to continue with those conditions here throughout the rest of our day today and even through the weekend. Otherwise, here's a look at that 7-day forecast. And again, first alert day in effect for today and tomorrow and even into our Sunday due to those hot and humid conditions that are going to continue. As we get into next week, we'll hold on to those 90s, but then we're slowly going to be cooling back down into the 80s. Otherwise, a slight chance for some pop-up showers as we get into the weekend due to that heat and that humidity.
When disaster strikes, whether it's fire, water, mold, or even a major storm, there's one local team that's ready to help 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. ServPro is locally owned and serving 7 counties with trusted expertise and specialized equipment. Today, we're joined by ServPro's Bambi Starr. Bambi, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, we are so excited to get to know ServPro a little bit better. I think a lot of folks might be surprised about all the different services that you do offer. Before we get to that, we mentioned that ServPro is locally owned. So can you tell us a little bit more about the owners?
Yeah, our owners are Dave and Nicole Goff. Nicole has been a part of ServPro way before they purchased their franchise 5 years ago.
Okay.
Her husband was in construction before, so he runs the construction side. So yeah,
so
they're very family oriented
and very familiar from what it sounds like with the needs of a ServPro customer, which I think is just super important. So your team is always on call, if we didn't get that from the intro to this segment. So how important is that to be always on call for homeowners and businesses?
It means everything to them because it is a tragic situation typically when they call. I just, you can only imagine when you walk in and your home is, underwater or you know, wake up in the middle of the night and you have a fire, and you've lost everything. These people have worked very hard for their things, so.
Yeah, and it never seems to happen at a convenient time.
Never.
Never ever, right? It's always going to be like on a Sunday or in the middle of the night or something along those lines. So I think it is nice that that's something that you can offer people where they do feel like there's at least somebody they can call at that hour that can at least offer some guidance. So you cover many counties. I believe we said 7 counties in the region. So what types of unique challenges, I suppose, does that bring up? Because you cover a lot of area, you cover a lot of ground. I'm sure you must have just tons of staff.
We do have quite a bit of staff. We have lots of young guys and they like to go, so they're on call. We have our people that are on call all the time and able to go right on out, and they just get it done. It's just amazing how fast they can get out. And it almost feels like when we talk about like a first response type of situation, you know, is that they hop in and they're out and they're ready to come and start checking things for the person who called. So speaking of, we're seeing some photos, or at least we were seeing some photos on the screen. Tell us about the range of services that you offer. I named off a few when we got started, but there's quite a bit that we can call you for at ServPro. Yeah, there is. So we do from like the fire, water, mold. We also do like carpet cleanings. We do biohazard cleans. We do drug cleanings. So we work well with like the law enforcement.
Oh, do you?
We do death cleanups as well. Hoarder houses. We do lots of things that people don't know that we do, but we have a very wide range.
Well, I'm just glad that you mentioned that, because we do focus heavily on the emergent type of situation, right? When we talk about, you know, water damage or fire damage and things like that. But it doesn't have to be that. It could be something that's been building up for a long time. Like you said, when there's a hoarding situation or any type of a mess, or even carpet cleaning, you know, I wouldn't know that would be the first person that I would think of, or the first company that I would think of as ServPro, but that's something that you guys do all the time. Yeah. Okay. Well, that is good to know. Okay. So we want to talk about community involvement. When we talk about a locally owned business, you know, we know a lot of people that working for that business, and the owners, you said, spent a lot of time with ServPro, you know, beforehand, before buying their own business. So talk about the different ways that ServPro is involved within the community.
Our owner is very compassionate and really cares a lot about the community and giving back. So we are part of the Kiwanis clubs. We're part of the chambers. We're always out volunteering any way that we can, helping out. Anybody that has, you know, an event going on that is asking for help, we go help. We try to make bags for people who have had fires, so that they have some, you know, a few things.
That's nice.
When those things happen.
Well, and just a minute ago, you spoke about the staff and how they're just kind of ready to like hop out the door and help out at any time. Before we wrap up, describe staff training for us a little bit and how that better allows you to serve a customer.
Sure. So they go through some really good training. They have to be certified in the things that they specialize in.
Okay.
So we have different teams. We have, you know, from our biohazard cleanups, they have plenty of training and certifications for that. That they have to go through. Working with the different products that they have to, you know, we make our own products and use our own products. We have a lab that is a ServPro lab, and so it's kind of created there. So they get training on all of that stuff as well. But anything that we do, they get the training for it. We have hazmat suits, so they're really
equipped. They're equipped for whatever situation. Well, Bambi, thank you. And for anybody that's watching and they want a closer look at those services, whether it's an emergency or just something that you'd prefer to schedule on your own time, call either phone number on your screen or visit servproclinton.com to reach Bambi and her team. Thank you so much for joining us today and telling us all about ServPro. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Still to come, locally grown produce and handmade crafts from dozens of local vendors. We are spotlighting the Geneseo Farmers Market next on Quad Cities Live.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
For more than 20 years, the Geneseo Farmers Market has been a community staple, offering fresh, locally grown produce, handmade and homemade baked goods, handcrafted art that you won't find anywhere else.
Yeah, and what started with just a handful of vendors has now grown to more than 50 full-time and part-time participants, bringing a variety of fresh food to area families. And joining us right now is Market Manager Jill Darren. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me on. Much appreciated.
Yes, of course. So obviously, I mean, this thing has grown in the last 2 decades.
Yes.
So obviously, we have a lot of farmers markets to choose from here in our area. What makes Geneseo stand out the most?
Well, we do have a little niche where we only allow locally grown produce. Some people allow stuff to be shipped in. We don't. So we have cottage foods. So you can see kind of a variety here. Everything from cookies to teas to canned goods, vinegars and oils flavored with a spotted apron, and then we have handmade crafts. So no direct sales or anything like that. So you could see we have a variety, 3D print. People upcycle, which is great. They take a bottle and we got obviously wonderful artists with that. We have fresh flowers that are locally grown. So we even have a local author, and the book that you see here actually is now in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Kind of a big deal.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it is from a player in the turn of the 1900s from Geneseo.
That is really great. Yeah.
There you go. So you got to come get your hands on that. That's in the baseball.
And obviously he'll autograph it.
Oh yeah, so he'll be there.
He'll sign it. Yep.
Well, there you go.
There it is. It's once again what you were talking about, where everything is local.
Yeah.
That is very important to people. They like that. Is somewhere in the back of their minds, they like that they could possibly meet the person that is growing their produce or baking their goods and things like that.
Yeah. And many of our crafters, like what I'm wearing here.
I know, it's beautiful.
So we have, so they'll do special orders, for this.
Yes.
If you got homecoming coming up in a month or so. So, they do that, or, stuff for a funeral, or, the cemetery, or obviously for fun. We have drink stuff, household stuff. I mean, just a whole load of kind of stuff that you
really
see
great
here.
items.
Yeah, and talk more about the evolution of the market, because it started in 2002, so now we're more than 20 years at this point in time. So you've had a location change as well. I mean, obviously, if you grow bigger, you got to go somewhere bigger as well.
Yeah. It was just a handful of vendors, and we have one couple. They've been there almost the whole entire time, and there's cool. They're our fresh produce vendor, and we have some come and go, but it was very interesting. Obviously, during 2020, a lot of things weren't happening, but being outside and people were stuck at home, so they decided to have gardens and try a new craft, and so we really saw.
We found some more talents.
Yes, we saw a real big explosion after 2020.
See, COVID was good for something. Right?
Yes, definitely.
I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that yet.
We don't want to do that again.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
But keep finding your talents.
But yeah, definitely people learned a talent or a craft, and so.
You've also introduced a lot of fun new things that make it just like a destination farmers market. You have music there. You have food
we are
trucks.
trying. Last year we had some students that were raising money, so they were just asking for donations as they played, because they were traveling to Europe. One was with the Quad City Youth Symphony, and another one with the Illinois Ambassadors of Music. So they were raising money, and it was great because they got out in front of people, and as we see here, even speaking in front of people or in front of a camera can be very nerve-wracking. So it was a great opportunity for them to learn and grow.
Yeah, very cool. So we're obviously looking at a lot of the vendor items that you brought, showing really the wide variety, and this market really couldn't happen without the community support there in Geneseo.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, and we, and it's great, seeing people come from the Quad Cities and the other surrounding communities to come and enjoy our market. And, and we are, we're on the street right next to the city park. So if you've got a family, the kids can play. We have people, they bring their dogs. We even had somebody bring their turtle.
Okay.
One time.
You know what? Whatever
walking through the market. So, we get all sorts. But
so, and one other thing that I want to mention too is that a lot of people think that farmers markets, they wrap up as soon as, the seasons change, the kids are back in school. But you guys really find a way to keep it going.
Yeah. So our summer season starts the first Saturday in June, and we go through October. And then we transition into an indoor market. You know,
perfect. Okay.
So that's only once a month, where the summer market's every Saturday morning.
Sure.
The winter market is just once a month.
Yeah.
It's harder to get out. People are doing other things, schools in session,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But
you're still there. So if I want to eat this beautiful piece of chocolate cake, there's a potential that I could still do that throughout the winter months.
Yeah.
It's chocolate cake season.
Yes.
It's always chocolate cake
It never goes out of season.
Yes.
It's all year round.
I've never met a chocolate I didn't like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me either.
and the thing that I love is like we're getting a lot of these vendors who have been on the show before, so it's nice to see them thriving in local markets such as this.
And some of ours are now in, you know, brick and mortar. So Spotted Apron now has a brick and mortar. We had a former one, Candle Witch, is brick and mortar. So that's what's really cool. We've really seen some evolve and grow and take that next step.
Wonderful.
All right, well, we got to check this out. The Geneseo Farmers Market happens every Saturday from 8 a.m. until noon. It's on Pearl Street at the City Park. You can follow the market on Facebook or visit GeneseoFarmersMarket.com. Jill, thank you so much for stopping by Quad Cities Live today and sharing the wonderful,
setting this all up.
The wonderful market with us.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on.
Thank you very much. Just ahead on Quad Cities Live, our wins of the week, plus a preview coming up of Monday's show when we come.
Monday on QCL, we'll take you on location to Printing Plus. This family-owned business in Davenport is celebrating 40 years of custom graphic design work.
And meet the man making his mark at KWQC as our new weekend evening news anchor. We'll get to know TV6's Chandler Brindley. Excited for that?
Yes.
I love when we have folks from TV6 on the show. Right now it's time for our wins of the week. It is Friday after all, and what a week it's been.
It's been a week, yeah.
I think, you know, one win of the week could just be the show in general.
It's been
a really great week of guests. So what do you have for your win?
Yeah, so my win is very small. Again, we celebrate small and big here on QCL.
We do.
So my win actually came this morning with the arrival of our new Keurig.
Yay!
Yay,
Coffee!
got the coffee. Yeah, I don't know, starting last week, I started to fill it up with my new one, which is very outdated. And it was only filling it up like a quarter of the way. And I'm like, as a coffee fiend, that was not working for me. So I talked to my wife about it. She's like, let's just get a new one. So
it's a pretty color too. You know, us ladies, we like to be like that.
Yeah, you can tell she's like, and that's exactly what she said. It's like, oh, it looks so pretty there. It looks so good.
It's lovely. Okay, so from coffee to wine.
Ooh,
my win of the week is that we got together for our once a month book club. Now this is not the one I do on Channel 6,
QCL,
but this is my neighborhood. I tried to blur out everyone's faces in case they didn't want to be on TV.
Sure, I understand
so that's about half of the table of ladies in my neighborhood. This is just a bunch of really great moms and friends, and we all live really close to each other right in the neighborhood and get together. I'd say about half of us actually finished the book.
I was going to say, did you finish it? Because you said that you had just started it.
It just started it. It's very good. There were some spoilers, but that's okay. Yeah, so a lot of fun. Great win of the week. Thank you so much for watching QCL.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Your local news at 4 with Marsha Lenz is coming up next with a weather update. Stay tuned.